Hare Krishna. My name is Bhakti Marg Swami, and my role within ISKCON is as GBC Emeritus, particularly for Zone 1 in North America. And I very much support the 16-day activism on safer communities. What I would like to also address is that particularly for children and women, they are very precious to us all. In regards to the story of Dhruva, which I put together a little drama on his history, and we had so much fun with it. We call this the Prince of Anger and Peace. So as the story tells us in the Bhagavatam, young Dhruva, he was very much, let's say, a privileged child, being the son of a king, King Uttanapad. Now, the story goes like this. He and his princely sibling, brother, Uttam was his name, were just in a playful mood. They were frivolous, and they were just trying to get on the lap of their father. And the father obliged, especially for Uttam. And when young Dhruva was trying to climb on his lap, the stepmother of his, that is one of the wives of the king, was not approving. And her message was something like this: stop, Dhruva, you're not a privileged boy here. You're not born of my womb, and therefore I won't let you have the fun that you want to have. If you want the privilege, then you'll have to die and then take birth in my womb, and then you can have all the fun you want. And so this was very hurtful, as you can imagine, for a child. It psychologically really disturbed him. He went to his own biological mother, by the name of Suniti, and he expressed what was going on. He was quite angered, and anger was an issue for him for some time. His mother was very cool, calm, and collected, and she was like a real parent. Talk about safety. The guilty parties are, of course, two adults, the stepmother and the father, who didn't try to correct the behavior and the words of this of the stepmother, Suruchi. So the boy was troubled, and he did something quite heroic and noble, being a Kshatriya, or of the warrior class. He went to the forest, and he was hoping that he would connect with Vishnu, because it was understood that that's where you find him, where the sages are. They spend time in the forest in meditation. So then what happened is that after 6 months, he became quite the yogi, and he calmed down. His passions of anger, rudra, which is one term, or krodha, became subsided. And he came back to his homeland, and everything seemed to be very cool from that point on with the father. The father was very regretful about not standing up for his son when he had the opportunity. So the child found out that it wasn't a safe place at that time. And now everything looked a lot better. Dhruva went on to become a radiant prince and king ultimately, but there was something harboring inside, and that was the anger element. So one day when his elder brother, went out to do what warriors do, went out on a sort of hunting spree, he was attacked by a yaksha, a member of a tribal community. And Dhruva got wind of this. He got to understand his brother had now died, and he was just all this kind of like, whatever was pent up inside, the anger just got, let's say, exploded. And he went like something like Lawrence of Arabia. He just went wild with vengeance. And so he found out the perpetrator and killed him, and then he went after all the other tribes people. He was quite a skilled person. The point is that he was, he was scarred from the beginning. He didn't have that, let's say, protection that was necessary for a child to grow up in. And so it did some harm, and it stayed with him for life. There were a lot of people who attempted to get him to stop this assault on others, that is the members of the Yaksha community. And if it wasn't for one of the elders or ancestors, we'll call Manu came forward and said, you have to stop now. Since Dhruva was a cultured man, he did listen to authority, to his elders, and that's also what creates a safe territory. You know, elders are around, they're looked after, they're respected, they're listened to. Parents who actually do their job and make it a priority for children and women. And men also have to step up and be kind and be courteous, be willing to provide and protect. Those are always the main obligations that the ladies require from their men. So I'm hoping that whatever talks are going to be discussed during these golden 16 days, after doing your 16 rounds, that some good results will come from this endeavor of discussion, and also hopefully some plans and formulas. So I'm one of the founding members of the Mantra Retreat, and it's a deliberate effort to try to make some of our men to step up on their responsibilities and go for some of the old, let's say, values and old school habits, which is to provide protection and safety. So thank you very much. Prabhupada was our ultimate father. He wanted everyone to feel comfortable, to feel secure, that there shouldn't be these kind of things that a lot of people do worry about. Thank you very much for listening, and take care. Hare Krishna.